Hold on, we live mic. Hot mic. Let me see here. Let's see what we got going on here, man. I've been tired as hell. I almost texted you earlier and was like, yo, let's take a week off. Slacking, man. But here we are.
All right.
Let's see what we got going on as hell. Almost. Oh man. Why is this not live? Yeah, there we go.
Oh wait.
Yonder music.
Being that I'm here right now, I'ma go and get it right now, get committed right now. I'ma do some shit that's gonna uplift a bunch of people's spirit right now, help them heal it right now. I'ma get them riches right now. Work plan, manifest, be, speak that shit into existence right now. Can't slow down, got the vision wrote down, cause I seen it, man, I'm on right now. Focus in the motherfuckers where I'm in the zone right now. Ain't no later, dog, it's only right now.
And it's only right now.
It creates.
Right now.
No past, no future right now. All I got is right now. No past, no future right now. All I got is right now. Fuck what they did to me, gon' do, cause all I get is right now. Fuck what they did to me, gon' do, cause all I get is right now. So I focus on that when I can focus on now. Pull up at a beach on the outskirts of town. Enjoy the view and give thanks to the truth. And I go hit the yo just to shut that bitch down.
And I'm high right now. So alive right now. Clear skies right now. Living my life by my own rules. I feel what I choose.
Yonder music.
Do it now. Gonna take some words, okay? And I'm right back at it. Divine alignment, fully automatic. I don't think about it. I just watch it happen. I just move toward it and I get supported. When I try to force it, it just get distorted. So I dance with it. Crystals all in my pants with it. Healing all in my hands with it. I'm an alchemist. I'm a master. I'm a rabbi. I'm a sensei. I'm a bad guy. I'm an alien. I'm an animal. I'm a cannibal. I'm so handsome, no. Yo.
And I'm high right now. Can barely open my eyes right now.
And that money we making it. Climbing these ladders and laying foundations, that's masonry. This shit is different, cause my dreams are literally chasing me. Grateful for where life is taking me. I'm living life, that's to say the least. Only true beauty can tame the beast. Only true love can tame that beast.
Are you here with me right now? Right now. Vibe with me. Vibe with me right now. Right now, yeah.
You guys are back on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink. What's going on, Pink?
Not much, man. Having a good day.
Yeah, man. Day's going okay for me too, man. That's always good to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
And we also have a good show, man. A good show for you guys today. We're talking a lot of different things, man. Of course, the NFL. You know, week 1 has passed. We're rolling in week 2 right now. We're talking Robert Sarver, the owner of the Phoenix Suns. Going to be talking some Brett Favre foolishness, Eurobasket, EuroLeague, and we got the Coach Pink segment, the Bubba is Crazy segment. So we got a lot of funny stuff, a lot of serious stuff, and things of that nature. I don't know. I kind of wanted to just go over this thing here first before we get into football and get into sports here, man.
What is that?
So of course we know about the PNB Rock situation. You know.
Yes.
So PNB Rock, who is an artist, An artist that I listen to quite a bit. I know quite a bit of his songs. You know, one of those guys where, in my opinion, you know, he's a guy when he drops a single, that's when I go and listen. Wasn't, you know, not when he dropped, you know, albums or mixtapes, but when he dropped a single, Selfish and all those other songs and Every Day We Lit and things like that, I go and I check him out. And so, you know, him and his girl is at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Out in California.
Roscoe's.
At Roscoe's. I've never been.
Neither have I. But.
I hear good things about it. Mixed reviews, really. About it. Some people say it's not as good as a lot of people say it is, right? And that's with anything.
But I think it is one of those places that is, if you're out there, you're supposed to hit it.
You have to hit it.
But it's never going to live up to it.
Yeah.
Just because there's too much hype, there's too much.
Atlanta has a
whatever
couple
to
of
it.
those places, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're there, and basically he gets robbed and murdered, right? That's what happens. And with everything, the angle I wanted to hit here today was that we want to play detectives, and we want to figure out what happened, and everyone on social media wants to crack the code. We watch so much the Law and Orders and the CSIs.
Yeah.
So you have these people who get on here and they're so passionate. You've never been to Cali. You don't know. Because the thing is, you have a crowd who wants to blame the girlfriend.
Yeah.
The girlfriend posted the location of where they were at.
Right.
And basically letting everyone know we're at Roscoe's and we eating chicken and waffles. And we're at this specific one right now.
Yeah.
And then you have a crowd who's saying, well, you're in you're in a bad neighborhood. You got all your jewelry on. And they know that you're a rapper. You're a noticeable rapper. People are going to come by. They're going to see you there. They will rob you in that territory. All right? In that part of California. It has nothing to do with the girl. Then you have the crowd who's saying, well, he's the type of artist where he's talking about these things, especially in interviews. He's talking about, guys not going to rob me and this and that. So guys are already hunting him. You have that crowd who's saying he was being hunted. It has nothing to do with the girl. Really doesn't have much to do with the location. Is that guys were hunting him from the beginning because that's all he talks about. Not all he talks about, but he talks about it a lot. Like, guys are not going to try me. They can, they da-da-da, and things like that. So you have those people, and they're so passionate in these arguments.
Yeah.
On social media and all the news.
It becomes compelling. You're like, you must be right.
Yeah. And my whole thing is, man, I don't know. I wasn't there. Why? I mean, say what the fuck you want to say. It's a free country. You can say whatever. You can say your cousin killed him. What would it matter to me? But what I'm saying is, it's just like, you don't know.
But I mean, it just the fact of it does raise, like, you want it, like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Why is this happening? And again, you look at it in the context of a lot of hip hop people are being killed or have been killed in recent years, and you're like, what's the connection here? What the hell is going on?
There's not a lot of connection to that, because this wasn't like a rapper. This wasn't a beef type of situation, right? Yeah. This was more in the vein of Nipsey Hussle, if you will. Like, if you want to put it on the same tree, the same category of just being robbed and eventually murdered. Some other rappers, they died due to like withstanding beefs,
right,
and things of that nature. So here, it could be a combination of everything. Like starting from the girl. As little as money as I make compared to that and everything, I don't like girls posting locations of where we at.
Yeah.
Like and it's like, it would be understandable if it was just like a girl he was dating or something, or like smashing or something like that. Like, I'm out with PNB Rock.
Oh, yeah,
and this is where we're at. And
and
look at this, and this, I'm so excited. But like, this is your man. Like,
right.
He posts you on his social media. Like, there's nothing special. You guys are just out.
Yeah.
It's not even a date. You guys are just out getting food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
It's like, it's not nothing to be excited about. It's fucking.
But I guess where I look at it from is like if you're in that position, if you're a public figure, if you're in the hip hop community, like, should you just be taking a bunch of precautions in your day-to-day life that wouldn't necessarily affect you or I?
The tough guys, tough guys, man. They don't. They pride themselves on. I don't need security.
Right.
I can go anywhere I want. I can go to any hood I want. I don't have to check in with anybody. I don't need this or that. And a lot of guys, they have successful careers and they retire or whatever, and nothing ever happens.
Right.
But then you have some. Where
But
you
just
probably
and that's
need
what
security.
begs the question: when it happens, why is it happening? Like, what is going on? Like you said, I mean, some are explainable. There's a long-standing beef with somebody, and eventually it boils over. But like, I mean, like, is there just like random like robbers like lurking around LA waiting for somebody to drop a location, and here we go?
You would say a lot of people would tell you yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's wild.
And not just LA, a lot of other places as well where crime is high.
Yeah.
And another thing is, you know, when you and I've said this before, I say this a lot all the time. When you grow up, we grow up in the hood and we don't have shit. We don't have anything. And the first time you get something, you want to let everybody know.
Yeah.
Because when we didn't have anything, you were getting picked on. You felt, underprivileged. You felt fucking like the worst because you were poor as shit and you didn't have a way in your mind to where you can get something, whatever it was that you wanted when you were younger. And the first time you get something, you want to show it. Like I have the fucking hardest time. I have to double, triple, quadruple check myself all the time myself. When I get, my first whatever, I made 6 figures. I just wanted to fucking tell the fucking world. The first thing I did was go buy a brand new car.
Okay.
I didn't need a car. I had a well-working car. I had a well-working Ford Fusion at the time.
Yeah.
It was only like 3 years old. It was nothing the fuck was wrong with it.
Yeah.
The very first thing I did was went and bought a brand new car out the lot, 0 miles. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanted. It was the first type of car Kia had ever made. And I was like, yeah, I want this. And I got the exact reaction I wanted. I got, oh, you look at you, man. You balling, man. And I'm able to say, hey, yeah, chill, man. It ain't nothing, man. It's just that little thing, man.
That's funny.
And that's what we want to do.
That's
and
funny.
so you're out in these places, you're out in these public places, you got all your jewelry on because you got to let everybody know you got it. You got all your watches and your jewelry and your nice shoes, and you come up in the flyest car you got, and they got to be right in front of the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to do it. And but if you got to do that, man, like you said, it would be nice if you took some precautions.
I'm just wondering. Yeah, I mean, are we at a place where you really should, and you're really being kind of foolish not to?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy. It just really is.
Yeah, and then you got some artists who have security and they're getting knocked out and they're running. And Young Dolph had a person with him when he got shot and killed, and that person was nowhere to be found when he was shot and killed. So it's like, some people say, man, it's a waste. I just trust me. But, I don't know, man. But my whole thing is, you just don't know, man. And then you have people there, they're filming it. They got you just showing PNB shot and blood everywhere.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what you do with those folks. If I'm in that situation, am I doing that? I would like to think no.
I wouldn't take video. I wouldn't take video.
So it's just one of those things, man.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. Did the girl get shot as well, or was he the only person shot or killed or anything?
From the reports I read, she wasn't injured.
Oh, okay.
Which should he have gotten her a gun?
I guess. I'm not big on the gun thing. I'm still not big on the gun thing.
No, but if you're in that lane, you have to have one. That I agree with. If you're in that lane and you're not promoting, but it's almost promotion, man, because he was just in an interview a couple of weeks before he was in an interview, and he was saying, how guys, they're not going to try me because I have this, I have that, I will do this, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And so if you're saying that, man, you kind of have to, because guys are going to try you, man. One of the funniest / craziest stories I've heard was when Jamie Foxx did a song with Plies, And Plies is 10 times what PNB Rock is, as far as in his music and his persona. You know, he's a goon. He's a, you know, whatever. He's you know, he's done and will do anything under the sun.
Yeah.
So, and they did a song together. It was time to shoot the video, and they shot the video in. I'm 90% sure in the LA area, and these guys came to the video shoot. Looking for Plies to rob him, right? With a gun to rob him. And Jamie says that Plies went running and he hid and stayed hidden for like hours and hours. And when he came out, his whole vernacular changed.
Really?
And yeah, because a lot of people know Plies is like he's an educated person. You know, he went to college, all that stuff. Not that it would make you educated, but I guess so.
Right.
Under the fucking definition. And he actually talks like a fucking. He talks like a 20-year professor, man. Like if you like just really just talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he really talks like he. You know, and Jamie is doing the impression of Plies talking. Yeah. And it's still up on YouTube, man.
Oh,
it's
that's
fucking
crazy.
But it's like, you know, I don't know, but hey, Plies is still here today.
He is.
You know?
He is.
So, you know, if you gotta run and to save your life and do what you gotta do, man.
I guess that begs the question, how many encounters has he had like that? Like,
Yeah.
Is that something that happens every couple months? You know, and he has to run and hide and whatever.
Guys want to know, man.
Yeah.
Guys want to find out, man. And a lot of these top artists, man, it kind of happens to them. I know it happened to Lil Wayne, it happened to Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Like, guys run up on these guys because they want to know, like, are they about what they're about in their music? And it's dumb to me, you know, but that's a thing.
Yeah.
You know? It's really a thing.
Yeah.
But much respect to the family and hopefully, like we said, we always say, man, it stops sooner or later, for sure.
Yeah.
But the NFL, man, NFL has been rocking and rolling.
Opening week
Was good. A lot of surprises, a lot of shocks. As far as Seattle and the Denver thing, we talked about that.
That was probably the biggest surprise game for me,
Yeah.
the way it played out. I mean, Geno Smith played legitimately really well.
Yes.
I didn't see that coming. And yeah, I figured Denver would have won the game, but and they looked bad and they looked disorganized.
Yeah.
And that's, that falls on the coach, but I do think a player of Russell Wilson's pedigree, you're expecting him to contribute in that area more.
You're thinking, who's to blame? Most of the blame has to go on the coach. He's a first-year coach. But Russell has to take in some of that blame as well.
I think so too.
He's a veteran quarterback. He's been in this situation before.
Yeah.
You know, do you not? You don't even make a comment like, "Hey, in the huddle, give me a shot."
Yeah. Not even getting to the fourth down play. I just thought like before that they were just sloppy as a team.
They were sloppy throughout the game.
And it's like you're bringing in a Russell Wilson guy because you're trying to bring order to chaos. That you're running around with like Drew Lock and other random guys.
Yeah.
You're trying to bring in a guy that's going to give you that leadership, really change the building, change the culture of the thing, and there was like no evidence of that.
No.
And again, multiple factors. Rookie head coach didn't do well. Russell didn't play particularly well individually, just as a player, and just the kind of the level of chaos I thought they had. He was not. He didn't have much of an impact on his team beyond his performance, and his performance was average.
Now, this coach was actually the assistant coach for Green Bay.
Okay.
And if you remember the Green Bay game versus Tampa, it was a similar situation. Aaron Rodgers had the opportunity to score.
We're talking about the playoff game 2 years ago.
Yeah, the playoff game.
Yeah.
He was the offensive coordinator in that game. All right, and it was a similar situation. Aaron Rodgers had, from what the story goes, he kind of just went ahead with the call to do a field goal there. But, it was fourth down and like maybe 3 or 4 yards or something like that. But it's fourth and goal, but it was only 3 or 4 yards to go. and they didn't allow Aaron Rodgers to have
make a
that
play.
to make a play.
Yeah.
And you would think like you it has to be on your mind. Like it's a playoff game. You're the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Here you are, somewhat similar situation.
Yeah,
Learn
for
from
sure.
your learn from your if you don't
Your
learn
past.
from your mistakes, what are you?
Nobody else is an idiot. You are. I mean, you got to learn from your mistakes. You got to evolve and grow. And just like, I mean, the whole benefit of having like really high level guys is when you get to tough situations, you can lean on them.
Yeah.
And put it in their hands. And to me, as a coach, it's the safest thing to do.
Yeah.
You go to the press conference afterwards and say, hey, we gave Russell a chance to make a play in Seattle against his old team.
Exactly.
I'll do that every time. And nobody's going to be there, man, that was stupid. You kicked a field goal and miss a freaking world record field goal attempt. You look like an idiot.
Yeah.
You got, I mean, it's simple that way. Again, it was the same thing with an Aaron Rodgers. Who's going to be in the post-game presser saying, yeah, we put the ball in Aaron's hands. Didn't work out.
Yeah,
how often does that happen?
You know what I mean?
Nobody can fault you. Like,
Nobody.
It's a safe play, and somehow they're acting like it's the risky play, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, just poor.
No, it really is, man. So this week, Chiefs Chargers play Thursday night, and it's the best game of the week, man. Some of the just Dolphins versus the Ravens.
That's not a bad game.
It's not a bad game.
Yeah.
But and that's why I'm bringing it up because it's like
yeah.
I'm thinking it's the second or third best game of the weekend because all these other games it's just not a lot of flair to a lot of these other games.
Yeah.
So you have Chiefs Chargers, man, and it's the traditionally and of course I'm a huge Kansas City fan. We have dominated in the last 10 to 20 years. Last 10 years, I would say. Even pre-Patrick Mahomes, we've dominated the AFC West, even with Alex Smith. But in the Mahomes era, the Chargers have done the best against Mahomes and the Chiefs.
I didn't realize that.
They're 500, right?
Okay.
Now, one game, Mahomes didn't play. He was injured. But still, they're 500.
Yeah.
All the other teams combined, we have a 90% winning percentile.
Yikes.
In the Mahomes era. And so and the thing is, the Chargers, they have Derwin plays Kelsey the best in the entire league. One-on-one, he just mans him up and plays him.
Yeah.
And you don't have to help, you don't have to bracket. That changes the game. And I think that's why they're able to play the Chiefs so good.
Yeah.
And now with no Tyreek, if Derwin can just stay to true to form.
Where is Mahomes going to go?
Yeah.
Where he's comfortable throwing.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. I mean, when you're quarterbacking, certain guys have your trust at a high level, and if you're kind of forced away from those targets to other guys, it could create a less than efficient night.
Yeah, man. This is first game. We're playing at the Chargers, and then of course we're going to play at Kansas City later in the year. But this is a huge game, man, because they're crowning Herbert.
I was going to say it's a huge game for him because it's a marquee matchup against Mahomes, and it's like if he plays great on a Thursday night with the eyes of the football world on you and wins and plays great. The hyperbole can go and run maybe an MVP this year, wherever that could go.
Exactly.
So I mean he played well last week in their win, and they were one of the teams, Chiefs among them too, that really played well and looked comfortable right from the jump. And I mean that San Diego team is interesting. I've been reluctant to jump on the Hebert thing to the degree that a lot of others have. I'm kind of wait and see. Let's see what he gets in the playoffs and stuff like that. But he's super talented, and he's kind of starting to stack up, the benchmarks,
right,
and do it consistently. Where you come on almost reach a point where it's like, yeah, he's one of the better guys we have in the league.
So a couple of notes on this game, right? I'm a trends guy. So 5 games between the Chargers and Chiefs have gone to overtime since 2011, including last year's game, the last game, Week 15. It's the most in a single matchup during that span of any other matchup in the NFL.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see here. What else? You have the Chargers recorded 6 sacks in their win over the Raiders and forced 3 interceptions from Carr, who a lot of people had a lot of expectations for this year.
He's a
too.
guy I've never bought in.
Oh yeah,
Never
been a Carr guy.
No, I don't think he's terrible, but for me, he's very middle of the pack. I put him in the Kirk Cousins classification of quarterbacks.
I'll take that.
Just he's all right. He's not something special.
Yeah. Since entering the NFL in 2020, Herbert has completed over 75% of his passes in 7 games.
Just against the Chiefs.
Yeah, just against the Chiefs. Let's see here. The Chiefs outgained the Cardinals we know they dominated the Cardinals. And yeah. So this is more about the Cardinals and Chiefs matchup, which the Chiefs dominated. And so this matchup, man, I can't wait to see it. I wish it was a Monday night game, but Thursday night is still marquee.
Yeah.
And it's early in the year. If you're a team, I think you will want the Thursday night games earlier in the season.
Why?
Because it's going to be a short turnaround anyhow for you, unless you're coming off a bye.
Okay.
Or going into a bye. So if you got to do it early in the year when you're more fresh.
Yeah. Okay,
less injuries.
Yeah.
So I think that's great for both teams. They're getting this Thursday night game out the way.
Actually, this is the first true Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Because the first one last week was played coming out of camp, so it really wasn't a short week.
Nah.
So you're right. It'll be interesting. The quality of play could be affected.
Yeah,
but
not
ways.
as much as the middle end of the year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a great point though. That this could be. This is the first true Thursday night game with a short week, and we'll see how the teams respond to that.
Yeah,
but now it should be a good game. What did you have any big takeaways from the opening week of the NFL?
Overall,
yeah.
No, I mean, we knew the Bills were going to be really good. And that's why I was reluctant to make that one of my best bets, because I didn't know if the Rams were going to have Super Bowl hangover, and it just looked lackluster.
They were bad. I mean, do you feel it was a Super Bowl hangover, or do you just feel like
that happens? It happens.
It does.
It happens more so in basketball than NFL. But it happens, man, and it's just like you rest on your laurels a little bit. Not sure how, I'm not sure if their camp was as passionate. The Bills, all reports go as the Bills, man, they were locked in this offseason because they were pissed at how the season ended last year.
For sure.
It's just one of those things like the Spurs that year with the Miami, how they came in, and it was just like everyone was just super locked in.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is just supposed to be the year.
Yeah.
So you got that. And then just the upsets or the teams that played above what we thought they were. Like we talked about the Seahawks. Then you had the Browns, upsetting the Panthers there. That was wild to me.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh beating the Bengals.
Yeah, and sloppy Bengals after. 4 turnovers from Joe Burrow, got an extra point block that would have won the game in regulation. The Bengals, you would have felt like they should have had a locked-in type of camp.
They should have.
They were a play or two away from winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And, again, Burrow missed some time in camp.
Yeah.
And you look on the other side of that, so did Stafford. And there's probably a correlation between, having a funky camp with your leader and not performing well from the jump.
I don't think they fall in the camp of they should have been super locked in. I think they kind of overachieved, as in they're very young, and so that was a success. We got to the Super Bowl. We're on the right path.
I get what you're saying, and that could be the reality of it. But like from a competitive standpoint, you should have been locked.
Yeah.
You should have been sitting there. We're a play away.
Yeah.
It never worked out for the Thunder, but I always thought the KD, Westbrook, and Harden, they stood where they could watch the Heat celebrate. And that was, trying to force them to be like, yeah, we need to be there.
And I don't think it does that for young guys.
I guess not.
I think Harden went to the strip club that exact same night. If I had to bet everything in my bank, I would say that.
he was just there because the other guys were there. I ain't really about this. My favorite dancer will be gone by the time I get there.
I have to go. Like, I'm not going to finish watching these guys celebrate. They're waiting on me, man.
That's funny.
No, yeah, seriously. But yeah, what about you? As far as
takeaways from the first week. I thought the Rams looked really bad. I mean, I know the Bills are good, but I thought that missing Von Miller. I thought Stafford wasn't sharp, and it's kind of like well, what is the real Stafford? You know, he was kind of an inconsistent performer in Detroit. Did he just have a Joe Flacco hot run through the playoffs, and we're not going to see particularly anything great again?
It's so interesting because the NFL guys, they really back him.
Yeah.
Like his arm talent. His mental. Like they really back him. But I don't see him. I damn near put him in that Carr Cousins camp.
Yeah.
Like he's at the top of it, but I damn near put him on that tree.
Well, before last year he was in that for me. Like, again, now you did hear, while he was still in Detroit, you did hear this kind of backside thing of, if you guys watch this guy closely, he's been doing some Mahomes-type throws for years, and it's just because it's in Detroit, nobody's paying attention. Yeah, you heard it, but, again, it's there's just different levels to it, and it's doing it consistently, doing it when it needs to be done.
He did. I laugh at it, and I'm sure he's done some things before Mahomes got in the league. But on the game against them, he does 2 no-look passes. And not saying that Mahomes did it first. I'm sure other players, but one of his no-look passes gets intercepted. The other one should have been.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, come on. I know you're on the big stage. What are we doing? You're down.
Yeah. No, I get it. It made no sense.
I mean,
that game. I mean, again, it's a 1-game sample size, but he looked bad. He wasn't sharp. He didn't look like he was in command. When you're looking at elite quarterbacks play, the ball's almost always going to the right place. And you don't have funky, disorganized things with the clock. And that's where he was.
Every play, he's throwing to Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
In Detroit, when they were good, every play.
Megatron.
He was throwing to Megatron.
Yeah.
When Megatron left, that's when he wasn't anything, and he was losing almost every game.
Yeah.
And now it's like if Cooper Kupp, knock on wood, if he gets hurt, I don't know what'll become of Mathew.
Yeah.
Because that's all he throws to.
I know.
Allen Robinson was their big offseason, acquisition. He gets 2 targets, one at the very last end of the game, or just a fucking heave when you're down 1,000.
Yeah. Well, the other, you miss OBJ. And you also miss Von Miller on the other side of the ball. Yeah. I mean, those are 2 big losses, and for me, they didn't offset that with anything.
No, I don't know why they just let Von Miller walk. I know he's he's getting a little bit up there.
Yeah.
But he made an impact in that game.
But you're also look at the base of that team. I mean, Stafford's not young. Aaron Donald's not particularly young. You're in a win now mentality.
Right now.
They went all in last year to win.
Yeah.
They brought every piece that they could bring in to win, and they did. Why just let it fall apart? Yeah. Maybe it doesn't work again, but at least try. Yeah. You're here to win. I thought the Bucks looked solid, and it was fun to see the Cowboys season unravel already in week 1. I mean, they just looked like crap, and then Dak gets hurt. It's almost amusing to see Cowboys fans get excited and believe something good's going to happen, and then it just doesn't.
I know, but I think it's a little better if it's middle towards the end of the season. Because now it's like they're just fucking sad. And it's like it's only week 1.
That's if you care about the Cowboys at all. I think it's funny.
I had a friend on Facebook said he's been adamant for about 2 years now. Just get rid of Dak altogether. And a lot of Cowboy fans are saying that. I don't think it can happen. It can. Of course it can. I don't think it will happen is my point.
Yeah.
I think they have too much invested. And it's like, there's not any real trade targets, and then what are you going to do,
Yeah, it's tough. It really is. I thought I wasn't comfortable when they were in the position to have to pay him.
Yeah.
Because I didn't, I'm not saying again. There's a lot of guys. They're not bad at their job.
No. He's not.
But
he's
you
not a bum.
you can't pay them like they're irreplaceable.
Just because they're next on the docket, and
Right.
that's what happened
And-
with that.
Yes, and so you essentially kind of overpay him.
Yeah.
And he's had a couple of injuries now. He doesn't rise up in the playoffs. He doesn't
Or big games.
Yeah, big
Not-
games
I
in
mean,
general, yeah.
just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's another guy, man. He's in that Kirk, David Carr. He's right there.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
right in the middle of those guys.
Yeah, and
You know?
that's the thing. I mean, there's only a handful of
And
guys.
he's paid
that-
a lot more than those guys.
Yeah, there's only a handful of guys at any given time that are genuinely special.
Yeah.
And the other team that I think is going to have some buyer's remorse is the Cardinals. No, I mean they paid big money there.
They did, man.
And he looked sketchy down the stretch of last year. He was pretty poor against the Chiefs.
And you know what's a common factor to that?
What's that?
Hopkins wasn't there.
Yeah.
He's another guy. He just closes his eyes and throws it up to
Yeah,
Hopkins.
yeah. But everybody, I mean, I played flag football quarterback back in the day. But
you
there's
told me.
always one receiver that you're going to throw to in those moments. There's always moments.
But these guys I'm talking about,
you're over
they throw every
I
moment.
I get that they're over relying on it, but
like Josh Allen doesn't over rely on Stephon Diggs. Patrick Mahomes didn't over rely on Tyreek. Tyreek says one of the main reasons why he left, one, because of course they wouldn't pay what Miami was willing to pay, but second, he felt like he needed the ball a lot more than the Chiefs gave it to him, or targeted him. And so I think the best guys like Tom Brady has never over relied on one guy.
Yeah.
That's what made him.
I agree.
I think those top tier guys. I think that's that.
What it is, I mean, if you put it in context, I mean, it's a lot like having shooting on the floor in basketball.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, if the defense knows that I might throw to any one of these 5 options, they have to defend accordingly.
Yeah.
If they feel like in any difficult third down situation, it goes to 95% that I'm looking for one particular guy.
Yeah.
Now it becomes, it's just not workable.
No, it's not.
I mean, and one of the challenges, I mean, he may succeed at it, but Mahomes has a challenge not to become overly fixated on Kelsey.
Yeah.
Because again, in the previous iteration of the Chiefs, he had these two balancing things. Mm-hmm. He had the Tyreek Hill option and he had the Kelsey option, and they complemented each other in a lot of ways.
They did.
So now when you take that away, is he? And again, to me, I think that's when you get up to like Zen level quarterback play.
Yeah.
Is when you could just spray it wherever it needs to go.
Yeah.
And when you're at that level of play, you're almost unplayable for other teams. And it'll be interesting to see he should be. I mean, he's basically should be at the peak of his powers right now, Mahomes. He has this balance of experience. He's still in peak physical level. He should be evolving and getting to that. And so I'm not betting against him by any means, but it is a challenge in front of you this year. And by the other guy we mentioned, Josh Allen, the development of Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
And I get the feeling this year they'll probably have very comparable stats. And there might be stretches of the season when you think that Davis is the 1 and Diggs is the 2.
Yeah.
Just because they're close enough in level, and there's other things. I mean, how our defense is scheming that may impact the touches.
May impact that.
But I think that they're in a great position because of that. They've got, 2 really viable targets that a skilled quarterback can use.
No, for sure.
And let's not underrate Lamar's game.
Oh, Lamar! No, Lamar had a solid game. He
very
started
nice
out
game.
slow.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, but got
he,
rolling.
He definitely when he got rolling.
Yeah, he had himself a no-look touchdown pass too.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but that's what was impressive with Lamar is like his downfield passing. I almost feel like it was purposeful. You know what I mean? And really going downfield and showing his accuracy and his arm strength. For sure.
He's a guy though, and like. For whatever criticism he takes, when he plays, they win a lot. I mean, it's that simple, And like he's a guy that I think his will to win, his commitment to winning is almost underrated when he's looked at. Yeah, because his starting record is really strong.
Yeah, that's a big piece. That's a big component to him. And
over like the Dax and a couple of these other guys we mentioned.
Yeah, he's in a different category.
Yeah, for sure.
He's in a different. He's not where Mahomes, Brady, and Rodgers is.
Yeah.
But he's in that next tree right over.
Right.
But over the Kirk and Dex.
Yeah.
But I always said, man, I think he's doing right by holding out. If he wants, he's one of those guys. He's one of those 5 or 6 guys where whatever he fucking wants, just you kind of got to give it to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he wants a more than what he wants more guaranteed money than they gave Deshaun Watson. And that's what he wants, and you're gonna have to fucking give it to him because he's going if barring all injuries, he's going to kill it this year.
Yeah.
As he's always done when he's been healthy.
Yeah, and they'll be in the playoffs, they'll be in the mix, and then it's like how do you tell your fan base that we might let him go or we might lose
you know what
him?
I mean?
You just can't.
You just can't.
Yeah.
So he got him by the nuts.
This is the definition of betting on yourself.
Yeah.
And he's doing it. But it highlights the other side of this, like. Bad contracts fuck things up for everybody.
Oh, yeah, man.
I mean, Cleveland pours guaranteed money into this guy that's now suspended. And again, I take away all the massage stuff.
You still don't.
I did not feel he was an absolute upper-tier quarterback, certainly not worth that much guaranteed money without the scandal.
Yeah.
And then to give him that much money with the scandal around him,
and after
idiotic.
missing 2 years of football.
And then there's the trickle-down effect of now that impacts the Lamar negotiations.
Yeah.
It probably played a role in some of the other negotiations with Murray and a few others that were up in this cycle to get paid. Russell Wilson was the other one. Yeah. It just doesn't make sense, man. When somebody screws it up like that, it affects the whole league.
It does. This next cycle is going to be very interesting with Herbert. Lamar is he's not supposed to be in it, but because of he's old, whatever, he's going to be there. Lamar, Herbert, and there's a couple of more younger guys. It's going to be very, very interesting because Herbert is another guy that can really break the bank. Yeah. And I don't know. We said it in the show a couple shows ago. They're getting creative with these caps. But there's still a limit, man, to where you're giving these guys all that money.
Yeah.
And they're so fixated on it, and it's a lot of money. Be fixated on it. Get to whatever you want. But it's like, it's a history, man. If you make X amount, your team cannot be as talented. And then what? You already don't have any receivers to note, really.
Right.
You got the Derneve guy. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but he's a rookie. He looks pretty good, but outside, I don't know.
Wait, that's the thing. I mean, when you get that much of your salary cap allocated to one player, then it puts so much crazy pressure on you to hit
on these
in the draft and guys on the cheap.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just not sustainable. You gotta have. When you're paying somebody at that position that much money, you have to have like multiple dudes on your roster that are well overperforming their contract to have a true balanced, contending team.
Fortunately for him, the Ravens, they have a good history. They have a good history of drafting and making decisions in that area. So
yeah, they've been solid.
Yeah, they've been solid. Yeah. Let's give a shout out to our very first sponsor, Overking.com. Overking.com has all of your bedroom needs. Pink has a great idea, and he's brought it up before. We're going to do it. We're going to start bringing highlight one item from Overking.com.
Yeah.
And
talk it up a little bit.
Yeah, man, because you guys may not know what all of your bedroom needs really mean.
Exactly. We come on here and tell you everything's covered, but we're going to go to another level of detail.
There you go. Overking.com. Use promo code bubbapink for your discount, and we'll get that going for you guys. All right. So let's go here to. Let me see. We'll come back to NFL with my best bets. I had a decent week last week, but we'll go to let's go to Robert Sarver, man.
Yes,
you want to hit that?
He should be the former owner of the Suns.
Yeah.
But let's play. I think I have a news clip here. Let's
Phoenix Suns owner Robert Sarver is suspended for 1 year and will have to pay $10 million for workplace misconduct.
The NBA launched an investigation into Sarver after an ESPN report uncovered a history of racist and sexist comments. NBC News correspondent Morgan Chesky joins us now in the studio. Take us through the scope of this investigation and what was found.
Yeah, Kate, Aaron, this is interesting. And this all resulted as a result of an explosive ESPN report that came out back in November September 2021. NBA then taking it upon themselves to launch this massive investigation. We're talking about looking over about 80,000 documents, text messages, emails, videos. They interviewed more than 300 current and former employees. And this is just some of what they found here, is that the owner, Robert Sarver, who's been owner of the Suns and the Phoenix Mercury since 2004, repeated the N-word on at least 5 occasions when recounting prior stories, made inappropriate comments about physical appearance of female employees, inappropriate physical conduct towards male employees, and he engaged in demeaning treatment of employees. They went on to elaborate, yelling, cursing at some of these individuals regarding some of the female employees of that organization, telling one pregnant woman that she would be unable to effectively do her job. And this was just kind of the tip of the iceberg that they found took place over a time span of years.
Yeah, the tip of the iceberg. I mean, we mentioned the fine, we mentioned the suspension. How else is the league punishing him as a result of the fact that this is the tip of the iceberg?
$10 million fine. Yeah. That is the max that the NBA can hand out as a result of this. And we also have a year-long suspension. And there are some stipulations here when it comes to this specific time away from the team. He's banned from all team facilities, offices, arenas. He can't set foot inside where his teams will be playing, nor can he attend any NBA or WNBA games. He cannot represent the Suns or the Mercury publicly or privately. He is being quiet, forced to be quiet on the sidelines for effectively the next year.
He's always quiet. I don't even know what Robert Sarver's voice sounds like.
I know that's why when the first explosive story came out, like, I'd never heard a guy talk. I had no idea what his personality was. It's like, really, this guy did all that.
And just really quick, I have something. I dove deeper in those allegations.
Yeah.
But just really quick, LeBron tweeted this as well. He was like, read through the Sarver stories a few times now. I got to be honest, our league definitely got this wrong. All right. I don't need to explain why. Y'all read the stories and decide for yourself. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. There's no place in this league for that kind of behavior. I love this league and I deeply respect our leadership, but this isn't right. There is no place for misogyny, sexism, and racism in any workplace. Don't matter if you own the team or play for the team. We hold our league up as an example of our values. This ain't it. Now, so when you look at some of the things that they said, he said, repeated the N-word on at least 5 occasions, made inappropriate comments about physical appearance of female employees, talked about that pregnant lady not getting any work because she's pregnant.
What was the thing about, like, with male employees? Like,
boom, that's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
So I said inappropriate physical contact towards male employees. I'm like, what is that? What does that mean? So I dove deeper in that.
Okay.
And the guy actually came out and told the story. It was him. And he was saying how Sarver would repeatedly, not just one time, repeatedly, like he said at least 50, 60 times over the course of years.
Yeah.
He would make comments about his thing, his dick, his penis. And he would make, and what he would do is he would get to a point where he would drop his pants, drop his drawers, and show his thing in the office.
Wait, no. Sarver was talking about his own penis.
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was like lurking around the showers, commenting on the guy telling the story. Oh.
No. This is just a guy who works in the arena.
Okay.
And like I'm the big dick kahuna man. You know what I mean? And he grab his stuff, and then he'll drop his drawers, and then you have other employees who are saying, well, he was a big joker guy. Like it wasn't like he wasn't demeaning men or anything. He was it was always a joking manner. Like that was his running joke. Right. And so it's either whatever if a woman's listening, it was either really big or really small for it to be a joke.
Yeah.
So whatever, wherever he landed in on that, maybe he's Uncle Lilo's cousin. But yeah, so I had to dive deeper on that.
Aren't you Uncle Lilo's cousin?
I was never his nephew. But that Gene skipped a few lines there.
Oh, that's
funny. But that I had to dive deeper. I was like, what is that? Just like you're like, what is that?
I thought was he like did he hit somebody? Like take a swing at somebody or like whatever? I was
he
like,
just repeatedly grab his junk, drop his jaws. I could imagine, whatever.
Yeah. I guess that does it does open a different take on it. Like is he being funny? Is it all done with like a sarcasm with a clear humorous intent, or is it genuinely kind of abusive and mean-spirited? I mean, I don't know. That becomes an interesting question. If it's just so consuming, though, that it's just years and years of stuff, like at some point it's just like, this is just not something the league needs.
Yeah.
And I don't think, I guess my one issue with like a suspension, if this is who the guy is, you don't want him as an owner in the league. And that's kind of what LeBron's saying. It's like, this is just not acceptable. And him sitting out a year and paying some money is not going to change who he is. And so he's going to come back a year from now, the same guy. It's this is not the type of event that's going to change somebody's life.
Yeah.
And it's like, you probably need to just have either better vetting or a better means to force owners out of the league if their conduct is essentially bad for league business, which this is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's brought this whole dynamic to the league, and we're in the off season talking about this guy, not talking about basketball and training camps. I mean, that's bad for the brand. And one of the things that go further on that, I've always felt really good about the NBA because they've been really kind of proactive, kind of decisive in a lot of their disciplinary things, and they haven't been sloppy. And this smacks of sloppiness because, again, you can't convince me this guy's going to change due to a suspension, and he's going to be the same guy. And is that a guy you want owning a team and running the league?
So as I dove deeper in this is my take on it. I think he is he's an asshole who can, if I was working at an arena, but I would laugh at some of the stuff, and then some of the stuff I would be, I don't know if offended is the word, but it would be off-putting.
Right.
On some of the stuff. I think that I think the NBA almost got it right. Okay. I don't think you can take a team away from a guy from what he did. So the worst of it, first of all, you're in a professional setting. So it's almost like you're in a professional setting, but it's a professional setting that you own. That's the thing, right? So we're not talking about like a manager or a supervisor, right? So you got to slap a guy on the wrist, but in order to take something, like okay, so when they say racist comments, the only thing they can pull up was him saying the N-word. And when he's saying it, from all the stories that were recanted, it's just of him recanting something someone else said.
Recalling a story.
I'm
telling a story in which somebody used the N-word, and I'm going to use it because that was what was
That's
in the story.
what was said. And I'm sure, and again, he's saying it he's doing that to be an asshole. He's not, it's not to be a nice guy. He's doing it to be an asshole. That's what he is, and he's, or whatever.
Oh, I mean, on that specific side, we talked a little bit before the show. I mean, the team has a black general manager.
Yes, and a black coach.
And a black head coach, and for the last couple of years has done extremely well with those guys in charge.
They have.
On the court.
Yes. But the reason why I didn't say that or use that point is because to me that's minuscule. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, because white men are going to hire black men. They're subordinates, right? So that's in every business. Racist people hire black people in almost every business. All right. So, but the pregnant woman thing, that's really a joke. I mean, it's not like he fired them or anything. It's just like, if you're going to leave the company, good luck finding work while you're pregnant. He's making a joke. It's a bad joke. He's an asshole.
Right.
But, do I want to take a team from him because he said that? And you dropping your jaws and stuff. Okay, but, in his mind, I could see it in his asshole-ish mind. I can't even say sick mind, but he's just an asshole. He didn't do it in front of women. He didn't do it in front of children.
Right.
He's doing it in front of men who he probably thought, these are guys he's probably doing jokes with every day.
Right.
Because he didn't do it with every guy. Like, he's not doing it in front of Monty.
Right.
Guys,
Well, who did he do it in front? Do you have any idea?
No.
Okay.
Like, I don't know the guy's name, but one of the guys, he was like a younger guy that was on there talking about it.
Okay.
In 30s, white guy as well. But you know, he did it to a couple of men in the organization. So to me, it's not Donald Sterling from the Clippers. Okay. You know, it's not like that. It's not. You know, he was the words he was using, the language Donald Sterling, the Clippers owner, was using. Like you could tell, he's a racist. That was actual racist comments. You know, and actual sexist comments.
Yeah, they're unequivally racist.
Like 100%.
Yeah.
This I can't go that far, and I want to. God damn it, I want to. I think the majority of the owners in NBA and NFL are racist and sexist. I really do. I do. But this just isn't enough. You don't have enough. Okay. You don't have enough evidence for me to take a team from a guy. And I would love for the team to be taken and a black person to get the team.
The other thing with the team being taken, though, let's not lose sight of the fact that, like, Sterling got $2 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, again.
And you want to sell the team.
And I look at this a little differently in the sense that, like, you are taking a team, but it's not without compensation. And the way, I mean, you know, professional sports franchises have just grown in value. So, I mean, it is a pure investment. I don't know what he paid. I guarantee you, if they chose to take the team from him, it would be for a higher price. So he would have profited. And again, I do think in the concept, and maybe I'm seeing this because I want this to be a better group of people, not the really kind of essentially shitty group of people that I think occupy these teams. I want to upgrade that. I want better people owning the teams. And the way you have the league office, there's a vetting process for ownership before you're approved to buy a team. Yeah. And, you know, there should be a process, again, to maybe get people out who aren't doing a great job of it, because you have to protect this brand and grow it. And so, you know, I get where you're coming from. And I mean, actually, it kind of strikes a little bit at home because I know I say stuff every day that's just kind of edgy or whatever.
Off the wall, yeah.
You know, and I get that. And if that's what this guy is, you know, I can understand it way better and would tend to agree with you. I just don't know.
Right.
You know, because, again, as far as I know, he's maintained an extremely low profile, like publicly as an owner. He's not a guy that's like a Mark Cuban out in front of the team and involved in a whole lot of stuff like that. So I just don't know on that. But yeah. No,
for sure. Let's take our first musical break of the day. We'll go with Loose Cannon Takeoff, man, an artist here in Orlando. He basically did a remix, if you will, but he's calling it Part 2, Vibe Now Part 2. In my opinion, top 10 song to ever come through Orlando. He has Kevin Gates.
This right now?
Yeah, with the original version. But even this Part 2 is good. But it has Kevin Gates on it. And of course, Loose Cannon just dropped a new album that is on all streaming platforms. We'll be right back. You're on the Bench Podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem.
You really could just take that out for right now and extend that other one and make it all beat. But put that last four in the front. You want to call the front.
Hey, this the vibe now. For sleeping on me, everybody gotta die now. Who gon' really spin the bin and who gon' hide now? I'm spitting facts on every track, they telling lies now. Oh, that's the vibe now. What is the vibe now? They say take off, keep on going, it's your time now. Don't let all the haters see you on the rise now. You been grinding, keep on grinding, cause you shine now. You caught the vibe now. Oh, that's the vibe now. I draw that fire like back to back, they know I'm slime now. Hey, turtle started slow, I skipped the line now. The rabbit hot, I got him heated, let me finish. You pocket watching, but can't stop him, mind your business. Chasing my dream, I see my goal and it's so vivid. Got that new money, the blue Honda look so different. Hey, did that door like I'm recording in the kitchen. 100 shots about the stick, how I'ma miss her. I heard them out of time, niggas wanna smoke. Come to my city, you gon' find out how I go. Don't brag on boats, I used to hustle by the stove. I got it off from staying low against the ride now. For sleeping on me, everybody gotta die now. Who gon' really spin the bin and who gon' hide now? I'm spitting facts on every track, they telling lies now. Oh, that's the vibe now. What is the vibe now? They say take off, keep on going, it's your time now. Don't let all the haters see you on the rise now. You been grinding, keep on grinding, cause you shine now. You caught the vibe now. Oh, that's the vibe now.
I'm down, I mix and match Louis Vuitton. Recovered off a fumble and I got another run. Mini Mac 11, whole 32, let the clip out. Recorrect your dentures, don't speak on shit what you hear about. 762's a flip out, send a blitz, blow your shit out. Narcotics, my click get shot, station work by my bitch house. Used to catch the bus, not a Lambo, spend my weeks like I wanna. Kitchen mixing my with the ashwagandha.
Hey, this the vibe now. For sleeping on me, everybody gotta die now. Who gon' really spin the bin and who gon' hide now? I'm spitting facts on every track, they telling lies now. Oh, that's the vibe now? What is the vibe now? They say take off, keep on going, it's your time now. Don't let all the haters see you on the rise now. You been grinding, keep on grinding, cause you shine now. You caught your vibe now. Oh, that's the vibe now. I threw the ball right to my dog and told him scope. Ain't talking about no basketball, I threw the pole. Heard on the lane, word on the streets, I'm next to blow. I turn it bitch to chopper city like before. Real niggas back in style now, and it's do or die when we slide now. They ain't wanna play a nigga songs, they ain't wanna see a nigga on. Independent got my shit spinning, no handouts I paid for. Let them hate cause I was made for. Kannon gang, I spray for it. Got that new money, the blue hunters look so different. Hey, this that dough like I'm recording in the kitchen. 100 shots up out the stick, how I'ma miss her. This that real nigga shit, the streets been missing. For sleeping on me, everybody gotta die now. Who gon' really spin the bin and who gon' hide now? I'm spitting facts on every track, they telling lies now. Oh, that's the vibe now? What is the vibe now? They say take off, keep on going, it's your time now. Don't let all the haters see you on the rise now. You been grinding, keep on grinding, cause you shine now. You caught your vibe now. Oh, that's the vibe now.
You guys are back on the Bench podcast with Bubba and Pink. Once again, that was Loose Cannon Takeoff and Kevin Gates with Vibe Now too. Let's go to our NFL best bets. All right.
All right. What was the record last week, Bubba?
I went 2-1 last week. And as an NFL bettor, that is a great day. All right, that is a really good day.
Great day?
That's a really good day, not a great day.
Okay.
It's a really good day.
I was thinking 3-0 would be a great day.
3-0 would be a really great day. I had a really good day, and so we're back. All right, I have 3 picks for you guys. NFL best bets. Once again, on the Bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. All right, let's go at my first pick of the week for week 2 best bets. I'm going to go to a Monday night game here, Minnesota Vikings versus Philadelphia Eagles. I'm actually going to take the over on the total, all right, of 50.5 points, okay? I think this game being a Monday night, the second Monday night game, actually. There's 2 Monday night games. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know for this week.
Yeah, for this week. All right. Some of the I'm looking at trends again, right? The Vikings have won 4 of the last 5 games against the Eagles, including an 18-point victory in the most recent matchup. They tend to have a lot of turnovers in the games, and turnovers leads to points, man.
Yeah.
Especially with these 2 teams that have good offenses. All right. Kirk Cousins, he owns a good passer rating and a 70% completion percentage in games played at Philadelphia, right? Which are the best of any player at that stadium all time.
Really?
So you got Kirk Cousins going into a stadium that he plays the best at.
King of Philadelphia.
Yeah, there you go. His 13 touchdown passes are second most by any visiting quarterback behind Eli Manning. All right. So you have that, right? So Kirk is going to do good, and I think that Jalen Hurts and that offense will put up some points. They put up 38 in week 1. I think they'll put up some points against Minnesota. So there we go. Over 50.5. It meets my trends conversation, and there you go.
I like that pick. I think both offenses had really good weeks last week, and Philadelphia actually kind of gave up points on the back end
to a Detroit team.
Yeah, that's not particularly good. So yeah, I like that overplay.
All right. Number 2, man, of 3 best bets. I have the Titans and the Bills. All right. Now the Bills are, let me check this here, -10. They're at home against Tennessee Titans. Call me crazy, but I'm going to take the Titans +10 here.
Really?
I think 10 is a lot of points.
It is, no doubt.
Tennessee did lose their first game against the New York Giants. And you're like, oh, man, Tennessee sucks. They stink. They lost to the Giants in week 1.
They do stink.
I'm counting. Call me crazy, man. I'm counting on those guys to have a bounce-back performance against the Bills. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I do think they can close within 10 here. Of course, the Bills is a crazy good team, but I think the steam of, okay, Bills are the best team in the league and this, and that, and I think they're just giving them a little too much. Trends here. Oh, you want to say something?
No, I was going to say I would stay away from the game, honestly. Yeah. I don't think Tennessee is a good team. I also think they're an ill-equipped team to play from behind if the Bills get rolling. And I am buying the Bills being locked in. And while there's an obvious emotional letdown, they've actually had a long practice week to get ready for the game and kind of manage emotions, as it were. They're playing at home. I expect them to be locked in and play well.
No, and very well, the Bills can dominate, but trends is what I'm holding on again. So the Titans are 29-17 all time against the Bills. That doesn't mean a whole lot, but they won last year's matchup against the Bills just last season, and Derrick Henry had roughly 150 rushing yards with 3 touchdowns. So this is what I'm thinking. No, they're not equipped to come from behind. But if Derrick Henry can have a resemblance of last year's performance, they control the game with their running game. They control it. Then, now you're playing at Tennessee's tempo.
Muck it up, fewer possessions.
That's their only hope.
Keep the score low.
That's their only hope. And
yeah, that
score
is
low,
their hope.
You're going to cover more times than not.
But the Bills' run defense is much improved from last year.
Yeah. No, they are.
That's
the thing. And it's not like, Derrick Henry didn't scorch the earth in week 1 at all.
Derrick Henry, I may be wrong on this, but I've always had the sense that he sort of builds into a season.
Mm-hmm.
He usually doesn't start off on fire, but kind of builds into the season. So I'd be a little surprised if he was in a position to put up a really sort of monster clock controlling game this early in the year.
We'll see. A second trend that I like, since 2000, the Titans are 14-7 when playing on Monday night games. 5th best during that span. The Bills are 3-10, the worst in the NFL during that span. Okay. All right, on Monday night games. So we'll see, man. That's my second pick, Tennessee to cover 10 points at Buffalo.
And pick 3. Let's get it.
Pick 3, last and final. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? I don't see you.
Game's been removed.
Where is this game? Hold on. My third and final pick here.
You can't find it again?
The 49ers.
Took a tough loss on the road in the rain.
They're at home.
Okay.
They're 9.5-point favorites.
Coming off a loss?
Coming off a loss.
Who are they playing? A high school team?
They're playing Seattle, who's coming off a win.
Oof.
This is my bet here. My thinking here, there's no way Geno can play two great games in a row. I'm just not going for it. You have to show me. I'm from the Show Me State, Missouri. Average quarterbacks in my lifetime, they just don't string together.
They
good
regress
games.
to the mean.
Always.
Yep.
Always.
Yeah.
Well, do you think Geno is going to be in the MVP race this year? Is that what you believe?
I mean, arguably, as that game progressed, he came back to the field. I mean, it's no lie. I mean, he was not very good in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, man. So here goes a couple of trends that I like. You got.
But why do you think that line is so big with Seattle coming off of a win,
Seattle,
and the 49ers, who a lot of people like this year,
yeah,
really having a disappointing game? And I know it was rainy and all that crap, but it just seems that line's big for what those two teams represent.
It is. And on the grand scheme of things, Chicago Bears, who the 49ers, lost to in week 1, they're similar teams to Seattle. They were both of those teams supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league, bottom 5 or 10.
Yeah.
Seattle was just a bad team. And the 49ers are at home. Week 1, they were on the road.
Yeah.
Now they're at home. You just, the only thing is Trey Lance what the 49ers
think he is?
Yeah. Or is he going to be replaced in a couple of weeks? That's really what this is going to come down to by Jimmy G.
Yeah.
If he has a bad game again and back-to-back where 2 weeks they were looking to be 2-0 to start this season.
Right. If they're sitting at 0-2 having played 2 bad teams, there's going to be a lot of heat.
A lot of heat.
I mean, throughout, on him, on the head coach, there's just going to be it'll be crisis time.
And I don't think that crisis is going to come just yet. So that's my week 3. I like the 49ers -9.5 over the Seahawks. I think they bounced back with a big victory. And that's it, man. So we got the over.
Pick.
Yeah, the over on the Minnesota game. I'm taking the Titans to cover 10 against the Bills, and I'm taking 49ers to beat the Seahawks by 9.5.
Yeah. If I was rating those, I would rate them in the first to worst would be the same way you announced them. I'm most confident in the first one, the over play, and then probably the Titans-Bills thing. And then, yeah.
Well, to one of our favorite segments, we just move right on over here, man.
Yes, we are.
Start a bench with Coach Pink.
Yes.
We have a lot of good topics in my opinion here. All right. Not sure what the guys are going to think here. This is where we give Pink a 60 seconds, and he can start a bench a comment, man. I give him a topic. He says start it. We talk about it. Bench. We move on to the next topic. And once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. All righty, let's go to our first topic here. All righty. Redeem team. Start a bench.
Start that. I'm all in. I just saw a preview of this. I'm excited.
Yes. So we do know that the Redeem team, some of you may not know, they are coming out with a documentary on Netflix. All righty. And the Redeem team, we know that they were coming off of a disappointing loss, the Team USA.
Well, yeah, Team USA kind of bottomed out the 2004 Olympics, 2006 World Championships. Mm-hmm. And the 2008 team was assembled with Coach K. Coach K actually started in 6 to basically redeem American basketball, U.S. men's national team. And they got Kobe, they had LeBron, they had everybody that you'd want, and much like the original Dream Team. But this team actually played with like a greater purpose because they knew they were vulnerable. And this is apparently like a documentary from that time. I'm super excited. It's a great story, a lot of great team building, and for Kobe fans, there's going to be great content.
No, it really is, man. All righty then. Let's go with EuroLeague. Start a bench.
Eurobasket. I've been intrigued. I unfortunately I don't even know where to watch the games. I mean, like I've seen some results and some score lines and all sorts of stuff. So shout out to our guy Kendrick Perry for putting in a great shift with his country. It seems like it's been a fantastic tournament, and right now a lot of the underdog teams like Germany beat Greece with Giannis. Jokic is out, 2-time reigning MVP. I believe that Doncic is still in on this, but this is we have a European basketball tournament that features absolute high-level top 10 NBA players, and this deserves a watch. And I wish this was actually advertised more. I'll take my fault for not looking at it closer. But almost every one of these significant teams has NBA talent. They're going at it, and they're caring. And here's the thing you got to contrast that to. The USA was in some sort of Cup of the Americas, and nobody played. Like, it says something that these guys are that invested in Eurobasket to play.
Right.
Use their summer playing for their country. And that shows you what it means. It's going to be a good watch.
No, it really is. All righty, next topic here. Anthony Edwards.
Oh, that's my guy. I can't pass on him.
Start a bitch. Okay, so we're starting. Well, Anthony Edwards he's had quite a time over the last few days here. He had to come out and apologize for using anti-gay comments in an Instagram video. Okay. All right, and the Timberwolves came out today saying that they were highly disappointed in the young guard. I went on every platform. I couldn't see exactly because he took the video down.
Right.
And a lot of the videos are being taken down on YouTube. So I couldn't say exactly what he says.
Yeah.
But in his statement, he says, "What I said was immature, hurtful, and disrespectful. I'm incredibly sorry. It's unacceptable for me or anyone to use that language in such a hurtful way. There's no excuse for it at all. I was raised better than that." But hold on. It says in the video, which since has been which has since been deleted, Edwards took a video of a group of people standing on a sidewalk from inside the car, and he used anti-gay comment to describe them.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's not a lot you can go, yeah.
There's not a lot you can go with that. I mean, again, it's better for all of us if we kind of stop being lazy and giving into essentially lazy, homophobic, racist type of comments that people make. I've done it myself, certainly at certain points. So, you do need to do that. The whole cycle of deleting videos and the team apologizing and all that, it's just pro forma. It's just what happens now, But obviously, he said something stupid and got caught. Like, I don't know what else to say.
All righty, time. Nicki Minaj, start a bench.
Oh, bench that bitch.
John Wall, start a bench.
I'm intrigued by John Wall. Let's give him a start.
All right. So John Wall, he's been in all of these pickup runs out in the LA area. Most recently, he was in one with Paul George. And I posted a video myself on social media yesterday, and he hit a shot over a guy. A guy was playing defense on him, and he backed up and just walked away while John Wall still had the ball at the 3-point line.
Okay.
John Wall takes the shot, swishes it, and he's like, "You got to get up on me, man. I'm really him. I'm that guy." Y'all must have forgot, man.
He should have said, "I'm not Ben Simmons."
Ben might have been at that run. He's in LA in the summer.
How great would it have been if Ben was the guy that walked away?
I know, right?
I can recognize it when I see it. But yeah, hey, I like a redemption story. I've always kind of really enjoyed watching John Wall play, and I hope he's healthy. I hope he has a season. I don't like when guys just fall into the abyss like he was for the last 2 years. And if it's just injuries or the team not wanting to play him, I hope he's healthy. I hope he has a good year. And, I enjoy seeing it. I mean, as a fan, I want to see great players play. And he's got that in him. I hope he still has it in him.
All righty, time. Let's see here. Dak Prescott, start a bench.
I'll bench him.
Yeah.
Like the Cowboys should.
All righty. Orlando Rent, start a bench.
We'll start that. What do we got?
Yes. So Orlando, I'm trying to get the exact article here. But basically what happened is that they are trying to put a lawsuit. A lawsuit argues that, first of all, Florida landlords and realtors argue that Orange County is abusing its emergency powers, and sky-high rent increases have gone across the coastal metro's area, right? So what they're trying to do, and I'm trying to get the exact thing here, is that in response to earlier this month, commissioners in Orange County placed an initiative on the coming November ballot that would limit rent increases to annual inflation. Basically, the rent is getting too damn high.
Yeah,
and the owners of these these buildings and things of that nature, they don't want them to put a cap on what they can charge
because they get
for
to
rent.
just fuck people. So fuck them. I think it's probably a good measure because what you're losing sight of, the cost of living here is increasing, and what you're gonna price people out of here, and you're gonna have like people are gonna leave. And that's, what are those people? Those are people that a lot of the people most affected are people that work in the hospitality industry and a lot of the service-oriented industries that make this community sort of what it is. Mm-hmm. And if you lose those people, price them out, you're losing a significant, population and workforce in the community. You have to protect that. Yeah. It's not just about, landlords just running amok and hosing people, and you have to have a place, like, there has to be steps to this where you can grow up in a place or get a job in a place and kind of build from maybe apartment to maybe homeowner and whatever. And to just, abuse people on the rent side, they're vacating, and it's not good.
Time. Yeah, and they're trying to stop it from being on the ballot, which they know everyone would vote for it.
Yeah.
To put a cap on.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's reasonable to put it on, consistent with the inflation rate.
Yeah.
It's stupid to have it like way out of line and say inflation's 8% and we're going to raise the rent 20%.
Exactly.
That's not defensible.
Exactly. All righty, so that's it for Starter Bench with Coach Pink. Basically, what we didn't cover here, I had the coach there. We talked about that already, though. The coach for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
With the kick, deciding to choose to kick the ball.
Yeah.
So we skipped over that one. We skipped over Dak Prescott, but we kind of talked about that too already. I was going to say from a standpoint of is should they just get rid of him, as a lot of the fans.
Yeah, I think it's just too hard financially now to get rid of him, unless that contract has some things where he could be released on the cheap, and
Exactly.
I don't know.
And what else did we have?
Yeah,
here?
Nicki Minaj. What's going on with her?
No, she was just saying that after Pop Smoke, there's just she went strong. She's strong in the camp of the girl shouldn't have posted the location. She was just saying there's no way that our loved ones should be still posting locations to our whereabouts. And she was like, just to show waffles and fried chicken? Then she went on to say condolences to his mom and family, things of that nature.
Right.
She also has a new podcast out or whatever, so she's making a lot of comments, random comments.
To stay relevant. As her music career craters. and her plastic surgery enhanced looks deteriorate.
It's really hard for a female rapper to stay in the game, man. I want to really bring that up with 10%, and we had on the show with Sign to CMG.
Oh yeah.
Because, for these female rappers, man, I if they have an album coming out, I can almost tell you what each song is going to be about. And with each song, and Megan Thee Stallion put out an album. I think it was about her most recent album. She dropped it about a week or two ago. It's about 12 songs, whatever the length of a regular album is. Every single song on the album, every last single one, is my coochie is this. I'm gonna make you pay X amount to get this coochie. I'm gonna twerk and show this coochie. No, you cannot have this coochie. But if you pay this amount, you can have this. I swear to you, every single song. That's the song. That's the song. And all these female rappers.
What else do they have to offer?
They're rinsing and repeating, and it's like all of them. That's what they're doing. And it's
But yeah, I mean, you could probably spin a similar thing with some rap. That it's gonna like there are original artists who kind of change and move the game, and then there's a ton of copycat artists, male and female side. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
And so like when you get a formula like, hey, this is a sound, people are gonna try and track that sound. This is what we're rapping about. People are enjoying it. And responding to it. So it becomes like a self-fulfilling thing. It's like, this is what's expected from my market.
Yeah.
Like, are we going to really accept? I mean, I'm not part of her fan base, but are they really going to accept a big shift in what she's talking about?
But no,
keeping it coochie.
But that's why we. I don't know how to actually say it, but that's why we lose respect for females in certain conversations, because like I can't have a hip hop debate with a girl who on her playlist she has 1,000 Cardi B and these other women's songs, Megan Thee Stallion. That's all she listens to. I can't have a hip hop debate with you because all you listen to is somebody who just talks about selling coochie all day or not reserving having the option.
Yeah.
$40 or $40,000 or however much it ever costs these days. And I don't know, man.
But I guess yeah, I have this problem with all music though. Like I can appreciate like a certain song being very good by a female rap or singing, but I don't relate to songs the same way. You relate to songs gender based often. Like a guy is gonna rap about stuff that resonates with you, that you can put yourself in those shoes. A female's not gonna do the same.
No, but I can respect good artistry.
No, but I agree with what you're saying, and I can too.
Yeah.
But like, if you look at like the catalog of a, you're just gonna find way more relatability with a male artist than you are a female. But vice versa, there's women who that's speaking to them, and what somebody else is a male guy it's not what's hidden with them,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why dudes will that's why Drake does like the soft singing songs.
Yeah.
Because he's aware of all this.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'll drop this, but I'm gonna hit this other song so all the ladies, get excited and think I'm a good guy and whatever. But that's commercialism. But like, I mean, you do yourself a disservice as an artist if you're just down this like narrow lane and that's it. Especially if it's not a lane of substance. Yeah. And there's guys that don't have substance either, but like, just rapping about your coochies is never going to be a win.
I wanted to move to the Brett Favre situation, man.
Yeah, that's a strange one.
Yeah, it really is. So right now, Brett Favre he's actually under investigation for basically stealing money. Let me start here. Back when the hurricane came, what was the big hurricane? Hurricane Katrina.
That was a while back.
They hit the New Orleans, Mississippi area a while back. Yeah. A lot of those people moved out to Georgia, Florida, Texas.
Well, our guys, Darnell and Carvis.
And that's the reason why I'm bringing that up.
Okay.
So Darnell moves here to Florida first, to Orlando area, before Carvis. And and he goes to Winter Park. He's fucking monster playing football for Winter Park. Wildcats. So I had him on the show earlier this year, and then he brings his cousin Carvis in, and I'm friends with Darnell, but I link more and with Carvis, right? We just have more in common. He's playing basketball. He's a really good basketball player, and I say this all the time: if Carvis was at a different school, his whole life would have been different. But, like right now, he's a fucking professor or something. And no, seriously,
I know.
Doctoral degree. His whole life would have been different because he was a damn good basketball player. Yeah. And he's just won a part. He really kind of screwed him at that time.
If Hicksonball and I had stayed there, he would have had a different life.
Yeah. There you go. And so me and Carvis used to get into arguments. Carvis and I have it. I don't know. All the time about who came from a poor place, and we were arguing about this every single day. And he's coming from Mississippi, and I'm coming from Meadville. I'm like, yo, no, man, listen. And we argue about this every single day. But Mississippi, literally, is the poorest place, is the poorest state in the United States, in the country. And Brett Favre, who is this renowned quarterback who's now retired, he's stealing welfare money from Mississippi, a place that he's from,
right?
Which is the poorest place in the country,
right?
Like, what's kind of level of a scumbag? He takes
it's like the reverse of Robin Hood.
It takes over $1 million to build a volleyball stadium. What? What?
I thought it was for speeches he didn't give.
No, he paid back excess of whatever. I think $300,000 or $400,000 for speeches he didn't give.
Okay.
When they talked about you're not paying money back, this and that for that, well, he's like, I paid back X amount of money for speeches I didn't give.
Right.
So that's what.
But there was a separate allocation that was used for a volleyball court.
Yes. Okay. He's over $1 million on a volleyball stadium or whatever it is, gymnasium, just for volleyball.
Now, I may not understand the concept of welfare funds, but I thought that was literally more basic, almost like food sustenance income type of stuff. Is it broader to encompass facilities? And I'm not saying the volleyball specifically, but it's
any facilities. No,
if somebody's trying to maybe develop a park or community facility in Eatonville, for example, that's not coming from welfare. That's coming from other funds.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah,
okay.
but the basic idea, the principle is a fund. It's a fund of whatever. It's a pool of money.
Right.
And Brett Favre had a relationship with the government there at that time, and he's like, hey, can we take from this pool of money so I can do this? And in the text messages, it clearly shows he's like, yo, is the media going to find out I took this money? Is is there any way they will know the amount that I took? And she's like, no, I got it covered. It's a lady. She's like, no, we got it covered.
Is he having an affair with her?
I know. I don't. It's Brett Favre. Like after the masseuse and all that.
No, but I'm thinking like that's probably why you're in that situation.
Maybe
like,
so.
How else is he connected?
I didn't even think about that. I don't know how he's connected to, but he's Brett Favre. Like when you're a fucking awesome superstar quarterback. Relationships just come because people. He's from Mississippi. He's from there. People. He's a hero.
Yeah.
So that's going to form automatically. That's what my mind says.
Yeah.
Like, well, maybe he's fucking. Who knows?
What's it when you said it was a woman and she's like kind of like, oh no, I got to stay. I'm thinking he's fucking her.
But what is he thinking today or whatever? The day he found out she's fucking screwed me. I can't believe it. It's fucking whore, Babylon. I know he was pissed.
Oh God.
But no.
Well, and that's why I kind of asked the question that I did. Is it like if some of welfare funds are allocated to like upgrade community facilities and stuff like that, then it's like well, maybe that's the angle they're going. But he just put it maybe closer to his house than it should have been. But if there's no allocation for facilities,
there's no alignment.
That's crazy.
There's no alignment there. And Brett Favre is the guy he's earned over $100 million in his NFL career. Well, after his NFL career, he's in commercials. I've seen him in 100 commercials this year alone.
Yeah,
and it's like you have why are you taking money from welfare?
Yeah,
you have the money to fund this yourself, or you can go and fucking build relationships to get what they call those grants and shit.
He could do it with some of his commercial partners, probably like partner up
build
to
a
do
volleyball
something.
stadium.
Slap the name of whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it shouldn't.
What are we doing?
Shouldn't be an issue at all.
What are we doing?
And it does. It raises weird questions on the back end. Like, has he like largely squandered his funds, or something like that? I mean, when you drop $100 million and you see commercials, you assume there's steady streams of income coming in. But has he done that badly managing his money that he's in hard times now? And
now what's interesting about Brett Favre, he's been retired, so the connection between him and Deshaun Watson, I don't think it connected because he's retired. But Brett Favre had masseuse issues as well. So he had a thing when he got to the Vikings.
I remember when I believe he was a Jet, he sent like a DP to a reporter.
Yes,
I remember
one
that.
Now
but there was also a separate thing with massage league.
Yes, and nothing happens to this guy. Like he gets fined here and there, but it's like I don't understand. I wish I would have brought it up last week, but it didn't cross my mind when I was talking about the different guys when they're white and versus when they're black, and how the punishment is severely different.
Yeah.
But he's a guy that was a complete. I wasn't even talking about that situation, but yes, he sent the dick pic to the reporter, and we actually talked about that on the show.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was an independent situation, and we're like, well, we don't have context. Did she ask for it? Did she not? But now there's more context that he's an asshole-ish prick. I'm sure, like she didn't ask for it, and you just
you're not sure now.
And the masseuse thing, yes, came as
I want to see if that lady at the welfare department has a DP as well. That's what I'm worried about.
So there were two masseuses that he was trying to smash. That was with the team masseuse.
Team masseuse.
Team masseuse. Nice. So yeah. So he's
he
not
wasn't even using Instagram.
Yeah. Well, Instagram wasn't prevalent back then. I'm sure he probably is now. He's probably DMing Deshaun like, "Yo, how did you get this?"
He probably could have used like Craigslist maybe at that time.
Help me out, Craigslist. They help me out, Deshaun. Yeah, you had a good system going, man.
Yeah.
But
much better than me harassing team employees.
And he got them fired because when
he
they
got them fired.
Yes, not only fired, blacklisted from the entire league. Brett Favre did because they told on him, basically. They snitched on him, saying that he's trying to smash him, and they had all these text messages and pictures and stuff like that. And they went to the team thinking like, they were going to punish Brett, and instead of punishing Brett, they fired them and told every other team not to hire these two women.
I'm going to say this. Why go to the team? That's just bad.
Where else do you go?
The media. You don't go to the team. The team's invested in winning games. And Brett Favre's a good quarterback. I mean, that was a horrible move.
Yeah,
you got to go to the media to create the storm so the teams now you got to create a problem for the team. You go directly to the team, they sweep your ass under the carpet and move on. You go to the media, then they heat up the team, they heat up Brett. It becomes a horrible story they don't want to deal with.
I don't want to kill him for that, because I think the natural instinct is just tell your manager what's going on. That you're uncomfortable, so you tell your manager, and then what happens is the manager probably goes up to.
This is different, man.
Yeah, it's not a regular job.
No, if you go to your manager and like the best salesperson in your whole freaking company is the guy you're complaining about,
yeah,
it ain't going anywhere.
Nah.
You know, you complain about like the weird guy who, you know, starts his workday at 10 and leaves at 1:30. Like, yeah, I'd probably get him fired. I mean, that's just bad. No, I'm saying that's just a bad read by them.
No.
And you have to realize that. I mean, like, let people know in the future that's not the way to go.
I'll buy that.
So.
I'll buy that. But yeah, I hope the worst for Brett Favre. I don't know what can come out of this. He had cleared everything. This has been going on for like a year or two. And just now, like a week or two ago, FBI is stepping in and saying they're going to investigate, but all because of the media pressure.
Yeah, well, that's why I said before.
Without that, they would have stayed out of it.
Yeah, and no, I definitely. I mean, I would imagine criminal time's got to be on the table.
It has to
like
be.
Prison time or what?
I want him to donate 5 times whatever the fuck he did to the whatever welfare fund, to poor people in Mississippi, whoever missed out on that money. I need 5 times.
Shannon Sharp had a really good take on this too.
No,
and,
for sure.
And it touched on like what we were talking about. It's like, you know, when like a lot of these kind of like well-loved white guys do something shitty, it's completely minimized.
It is.
It's not, you know, it's not brought up. It's kind of ignored. And then, you know, then literally anything a prominent black athlete does negatively stays with him forever.
No.
I mean, it's a permanent stain. Yeah, I hope my guy Anthony Edwards, I hope this just blows over and doesn't become something. But again, it wouldn't be surprising if that kind of continues to be a thing.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, let's get to our
Is Bubba crazy? We know the answer, but sometimes it's fun to figure it out again.
So, instead of statements this week, like we did when Paula was on the show, this week is a couple of social media stories that have been trending, interesting stories. So, and I put them here. The first one here, it says, the woman cheated on him while they were together. She got pregnant from the guy she cheated, you know.
I saw this, yes.
Yet he's still in love with her and ready to adopt the child as his own. And then he has the shirt here, a dad that's going stepdaddy. And, you know, he's hugging her and doing all of that stuff. This is wild. This is so fucking out of my level of comprehension.
Yeah.
My thinking capabilities doesn't even go this far.
It's incomprehensible to you.
This is outrageous.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is that this man has been cheating on her for years, right?
But if he is, like, why go viral with this?
That's the thing to do.
Why?
You try to go viral, and then you try to capitalize off of that.
Then you're like,
remember the McDonald's the one who like got to buy McDonald's for all of my kids.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know,
That's right. Yeah.
That went viral. Then they tried to get, you know, they trying to get interviews and all these different
Okay, she gets
platforms, and then you try to increase your Instagram following.
I gotcha. Okay.
And now she's making like a lot of different fake scenarios on IG. That's her thing now. That's her lane.
Okay.
All right. So that's what they try to do. Now this, I don't know if that's their role. That's their plan here.
Yeah.
If that's the only thing
I mean, it does. I mean, I mean, it does feel like there's a joint plan.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of doing this together. Like, it's not one of them saying, here's what happened to me, and I'm going to stick it out. So, like,
he's bought in.
It's almost like, yeah.
But what I'm saying is, in the vein of, is it crazy? This man is crazy as hell.
Yeah.
There's no possible way I was stick. Even if I was cheating, which we don't know if this man was or not.
We can only assume he was.
I can only hope he was. I can only pray that he was.
Hope springs eternal.
No, for sure, man. And so yes, he is crazy because there's no way I would stay with a girl who cheated on me and got pregnant, man. And then you're gonna stay there and take care of the baby?
Yeah.
Too?
Yeah.
That stinks. That reeks.
And is the guy that got her pregnant, is he dead?
What happens with him?
Well, hopefully he's dead.
Yeah, because
it makes it a little easier.
Because he can
now
continue to have sex with her. Yeah,
circle back.
You gotta be. You can't. You gotta be so in tune while he's around, or whatever. If he's fucking, if they. Whatever, at a school function and and it's a parent-teacher conference.
You've literally just
I don't know.
You've just bought into a life of unending misery.
Yes.
That's what you've done.
Yes.
You're gonna pay for a kid. You're gonna have this wife you don't ever trust. You're gonna have this kid that you're gonna develop resentment for at some point, and then you've got this guy. Unless the guy's dead, he's gonna be like a part of your life for like 18 years or however long you stay on this stupid situation, and you're just never going to be a happy person.
Never.
It's just
so. Another trending story here. All right, there's a guy on Twitter, and he's telling a story about a neighbor. Right, so he says, "My neighbor caught his girlfriend cheating. He never said anything when he caught her cheating." All right,
but the neighbor
these are
caught
two
the guy's girlfriend.
The neighbor caught his no. The neighbor is just recanting the story that he knows.
Okay.
All right. So he says, this guy caught his girlfriend cheating. Never said anything. Waited until she went on her trip with her friends and gave all of her shit to Goodwill. He's breaking his lease Monday and moving into a new apartment Friday. She comes back next Tuesday. And she don't know shit.
Okay.
So in that time frame, basically, when she gets back, he's going to already be out of the
beyond. Her shit's going to be given to Goodwill, and she's going to basically come back to a locked apartment.
So he had that tweet on September 4th, right?
Yeah.
Well, he gave an update 2 days ago. And here's the update. I came home. This is the neighbor. I came home, and the girl is sitting on the stairs crying, asking, have I heard or seen from Buddy, from the dude? And I just had to break it to her how he found out everything. She immediately threw up and eventually She immediately threw up and eventually calls the guy she cheated with for a place to stay. And he basically said, hell no.
I guess that's you lay in the bed you make, whatever that phrase is.
This guy's not crazy at all. Now, these are two different stories, same vein, and this guy did it the proper way.
Completely opposite reactions to it. Like,
this is how my brain operates.
This is
this is something, this is good.
Cold and calculating.
Good. Because she's out on a girls' trip, she's probably fucking other guys there too. Like, I mean, if this is her thing.
Yeah.
All right? So if I find out she's cheating and all of a sudden she's going on a fucking 5-day trip, that I probably had a part in funding.
A large part. I played a prominent role in funding that.
And now I'm thinking, fuck, how many trips am I funding and she's fucking other guys? And he's going through all that in his mind, and he's now okay. I'm good. And he didn't just throw her stuff away. He donated the stuff to Goodwill. He was a good citizen. He could have I would have threw it away in the garbage can.
Somebody could have benefited from this stuff.
Somebody benefited from it, man.
That's funny.
So this guy's not crazy at all, man. Shout out 5 stars to this guy.
5 stars to this guy. He knows how to handle himself.
He just does, man.
I like the patience I like the calculation. There's
Yes.
a lot of good things going on there for him.
It is. It is. He listens to a lot of Drake. Man. Very calculated. I like it, man.
That's fantastic. Oh, my God.
Yes.
That's too funny. I hope they didn't have joint accounts or anything.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Just leave the account behind with like $50 in it or something like that. Oh, jeez, that's great.
I hope so.
That's great.
Let's get to our next musical break, and when we come back, I have a shout out that I want to do.
Okay.
Oh no, I didn't save the song, but it's on here. Bear with me, guys.
You really could just take that off for right
Drop everything, yeah, left all my things when I hit the ring, can't help but think, of you, that pretty smile, your sexy style, like Vanessa Carlton, yeah, walk 1,000 miles, for you, stay chasing you, babe, everything for you. No question about it. Need me, I'll be there, no doubt about it. I say that honestly, a sense of urgency. Tender loving, yeah, you my TLC. Yeah, always thinking about you. Girl, you know I'm always thinking about you. Girl, like Mars, catch grenades for you. Girl, you have no clue the stuff I would do for you. Drop everything. Yeah, left all my things when I hit the ring, can't help but think, of you, that pretty smile, your sexy style, like Vanessa Carlton, yeah, walk 1,000 miles, for you, stay chasing you, babe, everything for you.
You guys are back on the Bench Podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. That was Abson for you. You know, Abson actually invited us out to a live show, but we actually had our show last week.
Oh, it was on the same day we had the show?
Same night we had a show.
He's got a schedule better.
Yeah, I know, right? He actually wants to come on the show, 1, but 2, he's going to let us know next time he performs live.
All right, just don't do it on a Wednesday, Abson.
Yeah, man. He's one of my favorite artists, man, in Central Florida, man, in Florida, in the music industry, period, man. He's brand new. He's young. He has that vibrant vibe that I'm going to grind it out and I'm going to make it feeling, you know what I mean? He's
Star in the making. I like it.
Yeah, man. What I'm doing right now is this is the first for the show. I'm actively creating something here.
Really?
And I don't know how it's going to work out. But it's the end of the show, so that type of thing you can do. So just bear with me here. Bear with me. I'd be interested to see how this happens how this works when we look at the show back. I just wanted to make sure I gave a shout out, man, to Victory Season. I think I finally got it here,
Victory Season. There
Victory Season. A company here. Yeah, man. By Ray Davenport. Victory. Wearyourvictory is the line here, man, and it have a lot of different items here. Here are a couple shirts that they have. They have hats, a hat that I'm wearing right now, and if you go to the website that is on the screen here, you can just go and look at the website. You want to wear your victory, wearyourvictory.com, and all of that great stuff, man. You have the Muhammad Ali, and then you have your blessing shirt as well. Once again, wear your victory.
I like the Muhammad Ali shirt, the iconic photo after knocking Sonny Liston out in the second time.
Yeah, man. You gotta love it.
I'm all for that.
This is the end of the show, man. We're gonna watch some good football this weekend.
Yes, we are. Hopefully we have some hot takes next week when we come back. When are they releasing that Redeem Team thing? Do you know?
I don't know. They just released that trailer.
I'm super eager to find out.
You still watching the mic?
No, I gave up.
Gave up? You didn't like? You couldn't do it?
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Why?
It just didn't like it. It was just like other than that scene when they diagnosed him as a retard. I laughed so hard I almost fell off the couch. But yeah, that was it.
It's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's okay to me.
I might have to circle back.
Circle back because it's a little better than okay. I can't go good, but it's a little better than okay. It's like a 6.5.
Well, I actually started watching Hulu the Laker thing. Not Showtime.
Magic Johnson's?
No, it's not Magic Johnson's. It's just on the Lakers, like the Buzz family.
I can't take that much Lakers stuff, man.
Nah, I enjoyed it, man. It was okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And
you chose that over the Magic Johnson version? That was supposed to be next on the docket.
It was. Magic's a little tough, man. Magic's a little tough.
What's tough?
I need him in small doses. He's just a little just overplayed for me.
Yeah?
But
you didn't even give it a try. I didn't either.
My thing with Magic is I don't expect candor from Magic
at all.
Magic is Showtime. He's going to just smile and deliver a story that tailors, him. And he's not this is not a bad thing. He's not a super introspective guy.
Right.
He's kind of a guy that moves through life. And that's probably why he's as successful as he is. He doesn't spend a lot of time, I think, introspectively pondering things. He moves to the next project. He throws himself into it, and he's happy to do it. Mm-hmm. And he thrives in those environments. But that doesn't make him a compelling person to listen to his story through. I mean, it makes him a man of action and accomplishment, which is probably better than a storyteller. But life's a little better when we have both.
Someone told me the image is reversed Sunday.
Yeah, it was. I could tell you that too.
For real?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Well, I tried it live. It's the first time, but appreciate your comment there that I know. Next time I'll have it done beforehand.
Yeah. Things happen, man. You got to call audibles at the line of scrimmage,
Hey,
man.
why not?
Live and learn.
That's it. Well, thank you guys for watching here. Jimmy says it was $5 million. I wonder
wow. It's quite a volleyball facility. And Just Black agrees with my take on Magic Johnson.
Yes, very good assessment of Magic. And he's a huge Laker fan, Just Black.
Yeah.
He says, I don't want to watch that. And what's funny is I don't have that take on him, but in the back of my mind, that has to be a thing because I haven't
you haven't enjoyed that? Yeah.
And
it's been out a long time.
And it's been out a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love shows.
Yeah.
And I didn't give that a shot. I probably won't.
I'll try to give Mike one more shot.
Give Mike one more shot.
Yeah, I think I made 2 episodes or 2 or 3. What is it, like 10?
Yeah, they get into the thing with him and Robin Givens and all of that stuff.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll give it another shot.
All right, man. You guys have been on the bench. Thank you for checking us out on the Bench Podcast, home of sports, music, and mayhem. We'll be back next week.
Yes, we will.